This is Nikhil. Welcome to my channel. Today, I just wanted to cover Bitcoin and the general market sentiments. I'm going to have three sections to this video. The first section is high level TA. I'm not an expert in technical analysis, but I have been doing a lot of trading for a while now, so I know a bit of TA. Again, not an expert. And the second part would be the news of the day, a couple of key important events that are happening or news that's happening around the crypto world. And the third part is going to be a deep dive into the on-chain data. Okay, so before I start, I just want to make it very clear: I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not qualified to advise anyone when it comes to financial decisions. So please do not have to follow anything I say. This is just for entertainment only, and I'm just sharing my knowledge and my journey into the crypto world. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the video. So Bitcoin unfortunately had a close below the significant and most important 21-day weekly moving average, which was at 51k. As of now, Bitcoin is trending at $45,900, which, technically speaking, let's face it, we are in the bear market from a technical perspective. If you look at it, saying if Bitcoin trends below the 21 weekly, and if it closes below the 21 weekly, then technically we are in the bear market, and that's happened in the past. And even we have, but then we've always recovered from it. Okay, so it's happened in 2013, 2017, and in fact 2021 itself. This year itself, we did have a bit of a dump for almost 2-3 months from mid-May till I think August, right? And I am seeing the same pattern here, and personally I think we might see some more time of consolidation. We might probably see consolidation, maybe a bit of a wick here, and go on like this before we head back up, right? I think 2041, personally I feel 40k might be the most important level for Bitcoin. It's quite strong. It's held this level for a long time, and even if we do have a dump, I think 41k might be a strong support, and I personally feel we might come and test this sooner or later. Okay, personally I'm long term bull for Bitcoin and the crypto market in general, but looking at the current graphs, I can only say that we are not looking great. Okay, so let's look at the other parameters. So if you see, there is this I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with Gaussian channel. Every time Bitcoin has gone inside this channel, barring this on 29th for 19th July, where it went down for the entire weekend, it came back up. Every other time it has gone below that within this channel, it's become very bearish. Okay, it's taken some time for Bitcoin to come out of it. So right now, so if you see it, it's the same back in 2018, and then again in 2020. We had a very small period where we went in and we came out. Right now we are inside this, guys. So I'm not saying we're gonna go completely down and touch this 26k. Touching this 38k might not be an impossible thing, right? So look, I'm not trying to be bearish, but I'm just showing you the data. So the other important metric that I look for is the strength of US dollars. So far it's been trending upwards. It's above its 21 weekly moving average, and I think it's trending upwards because of the Fed policy around tapering. and there might be a possible rate increase sometime next year. So it's kind of giving US dollar that strength. Usually this whenever US dollar goes up, Bitcoin goes down. I'm not saying Bitcoin is gonna get dumped completely, but this is another thing that I always look for. In news this hour, this was expected after raising hopes. India puts off framing cryptocurrency policy. So for those of you who don't know, India was planning to bring in regulations in crypto. In fact, rumors were that they're gonna ban withdrawal of cryptocurrencies from centralized exchanges to MetaMask wallets or non-custodial wallets. Well, looks like they're not going to bring that bill to this current parliament session. So they were planning to bring this bill in December winter session. Looks like it's not going to happen. I'm not surprised. I think in the entire year, if you see, there's been every other parliament session, the crypto bill becomes the headlines in the country. They only talk about crypto being banned. Will India ban crypto and all that nonsense and FUD all around, and eventually they postpone this for the next session because they're still learning. They're still trying to understand how crypto works, and it'll be detrimental for India if they even plan to do anything with this, right? Regulations are required, but regulation should not kill the industry. I think probably they've kind of realized it, and maybe that's one of the reasons for them to postpone this, right? Well, not much information available online. It just came in. So if I get more information later, I'll publish it. Staying on to the comments, Terraform Labs hits back at SEC. No jurisdiction over Do Kwon. For people who don't know Do Kwon is the founder of Terraform Labs, Terra Luna token, as well as UST. So he was under a lot of attack from the SEC because of UST, US Terra token. I think one of the recent conference, the SEC approached him. There are rumors that the SEC approached him. Looks like it did happen. So now the attorneys arguing that neither Do Kwon nor his company were properly served by the SEC. As non-US residents, they aren't under commission's jurisdiction. So this was this is known. Yep. So this is a bit of news. The next one is for all your Shiba army. Looks like Shiba Inu's layer 2 solution, which is Shibarium, is going to be launched soon. One of its developers spoke on on Discord. He said those who trusted the project pre-swap were successful post-swap. A timeline is not needed when you trust a project. That's how SHIB has worked until now and will keep being like this. I think these guys are doing really great stuff. They're bringing in everything, right? So they're bringing in the NFT. They brought in the NFT. They're building the layer 2 solution. They're also trying to build a game. I think they've got a lot of capital thanks to all the recent pump. Since then, I think Shiba Inu has dumped at least 50%, if not more. I've not seen the recent chart, but I know for sure that it's dumped more than 50%. But I think the money that has gone into this project is being utilized properly. The team is working really hard to build something around, build an ecosystem around Shiba Inu. Right, that's what I like in projects which take it beyond the reason why they initially existed. So this is in this case it was a meme coin. Now they're looking at building layer 2 solution, NFT marketplace. They already have a decentralized exchange, and now they're looking at building a game. Right, so it's pretty cool to see projects evolving as time goes. Okay, so these were the key news at this hour. All right, let's look at the on-chain data analysis for Bitcoin. For those of you who don't know what is on-chain data analysis, it is the data that we analyze on Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of the layer 1 blockchains. The companies like Glassnode, CryptoQuant, these companies have built a lot of analytical tools which extract data from these blockchains, and present it to us. So that's the beauty about this blockchain technology, right? So Bitcoin, these indicators usually are like a lead indicators at a macro level. It kind of gives you a view of where the market is heading towards, and I have been using it for some time. It's one of the coolest indicators that you can have as a trader. A lot of traders use this with their TAs to do a successful trading. I personally don't trade a lot. I used to, but of late I've stopped trading. So I've only gone into mostly into DeFi and NFTs, and I also look at how the market is performing on a regular basis. Right. So what is this chart telling us? So this chart is telling us it's just picked up the top 10 transactions of top 10 transactions. When I say top 10 highest transactions, it's divided by the inflow into the exchanges. So whenever if a whale wants to decides to dump his Bitcoin, he will move into the exchange. Okay. So this particular indicator, whenever it is above 85, the ratio basically, whenever it is above 85, it kind of says that we are in a bear market, and if it is less than 85, it says we are in a bull market. So currently I think we are trending around 85. From purely from this chart perspective, yes, it says we are in a bear market, but if you zoom out, it might not look the same. Okay, so this is one of the charts, so don't have to think about it too much. What worries me at the moment is the open interest. Okay, so currently BTC open interest is at its lowest. So not the lowest overall, but it's trending down. Okay, so if you see in 2021 May, when BTC had its first drop, the open interest slowly reduced, and that's when we had the dump. And again, now if you see, there's open interest slowly declining, and we are seeing the price action also declining. Right, for those of you who don't know what is open interest, it is the futures market contracts in the futures market. It is the money flow, right? So it's basically how much money is flowing into the market or into the BTC, right? So at the moment, yes, it is still higher or almost at the same level as mid May or early May, but it is in a declining trend, which is a bit of a worrisome aspect, right? I think I might be coming across as a bear. Well, to be honest with you, I'm a long-term bull when it comes to Bitcoin, but I'm looking at the data and I'm trying to bring an unbiased view of where the market is and what the market is behaving like, right? So now let's look at the positives that we see from the on-chain data perspective. Number one, so this is the BTC reserves in exchanges. What it tells me is the number of amount of BTC held in all exchange wallets, right? So like Binance, Crypto.com, Kraken, Coinbase, etc., etc. So what's interesting with this is we are at the lowest since 2019. Okay, the current Bitcoin held across all the exchanges is about 2.2 million Bitcoins. So what it means is there's going to be a severe supply shock. So every time this is dropped, Bitcoin has gone up. If you can notice, if you see, it dropped significantly around end of November. It's I think started dropping from September 2020 to end of November, and then BTC just went up crazy, right? And I think I can see the same pattern happening now. So this is a very good bullish sign for me. The lower the Bitcoins in the exchanges, higher the demand for BTC, which means a lot of whales, a lot of retailers, a lot of institutions are holding those BTCs onto their non-custodial wallets, right? So this is a positive one. So the other one is BTC inflows into exchanges. Should always remember, if there are more Bitcoins moving into exchanges from non-custodial wallets, means there will be a lot of selling pressure. Okay, so the first aspect of it, we saw only 2.2 million Bitcoins on all exchanges, currently, say if there is one extra million Bitcoin flows into the exchange, would mean that someone is trying to sell it, is trying to swap it to USDT or USDC, right? So usually, I mean, if the exchange inflows goes down and exchange outflows goes up, then it's a bullish sign. So when I say exchange outflows, if Bitcoin is leaving the exchanges and going into somebody's wallet, then it obviously is a bullish sign. So let's see what's happening with the BTC inflows into exchanges. It is declining, right? So it is declining. As you can see, the biggest inflow was sometime mid-May when we had a massive dump. Since then, it's just been declining. Well, to be honest, this can just go up any day or any minute. It's just a matter of time for whales to decide. If everybody decides to dump Bitcoin, they can start pushing it into the exchange. But if you look at the overall trend, the trend is declining, which is a good sign. Okay, in my view, this is a very positive sign. So this is on the exchanges, which is futures market, and let's look at the spot exchanges. This is where your majority of your retail investors as well as your institutional investors buy Bitcoin. Right, this is also going really low, and if you notice here at the very end, it's probably lowest it's been for the last 1 year. Okay, which again is a very good sign, right? So the next one is miners hodling Bitcoin. So miners are usually the ones who take profits whenever they see the cycle top, and they hold when Bitcoin is in accumulation phase or it's bottoming out, right? Let's see what the miners are doing now. Miners are holding Bitcoin, and I think it's probably if you look at the trend, it's around how it was during the accumulation phase. If you see April 2018 to April 2019, that was more of an accumulation phase, and that's how this chart looks like, the current state of affairs, right? Which is a very good sign. And I think we did have a massive miners outflow that happened in January, February. That was mainly during China decided to ban crypto mining in China. I think the miners probably would have got that news in advance, and they started dumping Bitcoin in the exchanges. So that is why you see that spike sometime in between January and March, right? And since then it's just declining, which is believe me, it's a very good sign. And if you notice here, from April 2018 to 19, it kind of resembles that. So which means that we are in an accumulation phase. So the next one is the hash rate. And Bitcoin, historically, whenever the hash rate has gone down, Bitcoin has kind of trended down. If you see now, the current this was when China ban happened. The red arrow is showing you the China ban. Sorry about that. The red arrow is showing you the China ban. This is when the hash rate dropped, and this was sometime between June, July, between May to July, and then the hash rate picked up, and now we are in a fairly healthy position. So usually Bitcoin either moves sideways or usually goes up. So what's my conclusion, right? So I want to have both bear and bull scenarios. Again, guys, I am a long-term Bitcoin bull, but I want to have views from both sides. Just my unbiased views. Again, not financial advice. Please don't go and trade based on this, but this is what I feel is happening in the market right now. Are we in a bear market? From a bear case, technically, yes. We are below 21 weekly. We closed below 21 weekly yesterday, which itself is a bearish sign. Traditional markets are not doing well. There's a lot of uncertainty in the traditional market. There is Fed tapering thing happening. The markets are worried about the interest rates going up. They're worried about Evergrande situation in China. The real estate market in China is getting a bit of a beating. Geopolitical issues between US and China, the virus situation, it's all bringing in a lot of uncertainty in the traditional market. So and Bitcoin, as you know, historically follows what's happening, whatever happens in the traditional market, right? So it's not looking great. We might have a black swan event. I'm not saying we will, but we might. That can also bring Bitcoin down. Omicron has been rising. It's been spreading. Right now, indications are it's a bit mild if you are vaccinated, but only after a couple of months the picture would be much clearer for all of us. So if it is a black swan event, then we might have a more pain in the market, right? So the other part is I showed you declining open interest. The new money flowing into the market is declining, which is a bit of a worrisome for me, but I'm not worried in the long term, but in a short term, yes. So let's look at the bull scenario, right? So there is low reserves in exchanges. We just saw there was only 2.2 million Bitcoin on all exchanges, which in itself is a very good positive sign. Miners are hodling. BTC inflows are declining. So on-chain data looks pretty solid. In fact, there was one more chart which I couldn't show you, is the strong hands are getting hold of more Bitcoins over the weak hands, which is again a very good sign. And the market sentiment is another key parameter. I know the current market sentiment is at its extreme fear, and it's like extreme fear. That is when you usually see a trend reversal, right? So I personally feel that after Christmas, again, not financial advice, but I feel after Christmas, or during this week or end of this week, we might slowly see a lot of interest in NFTs. NFTs might actually bring the market back up, similar to what it did back in July, August. That's when your Bored Ape Yacht clubs of the world really started picking up. And I strongly feel, and I strongly believe NFTs and the metaverse as well as gaming are the ones which are going to drive the entire crypto market to the levels that it has never seen before, right? And I'm very heavy into NFTs. I'll be happy to share some videos if you guys like NFTs. But yeah, I personally feel that NFTs might pull this market back up, and we might see the markets coming back to shape maybe Q1 next year, right? That is my personal view. Not financial advice, of course, but as I said earlier, nobody knows what Bitcoin can do or what crypto markets can do. It's only a calculative guess everybody takes. I'm in it for the long term. I'm going to hodl as long as I can, and I'm going to keep buying every time I see a large dip. Personally, I think the dip might still not be done. We might bottom out between 38 to 41k, and might come back up in the next few months. Okay, so if you guys liked content like this, please let me know. Leave a comment. Like the video, please do share. It really motivates me and encourages me to make more such videos. So until next time, have a great day, guys.